Good morning, everybody. This week's Parsha is a difficult one. It's the one where we read about the story of the spies that were sent in on a reconnaissance mission to check out the land of Israel before the Jewish people would enter into the land and build their homeland there. And they came back with a very difficult, negative, scathing report. Very skewed and with a dark and negative perspective about the land. What caused them to do this? Why did they come back with such a negative report when the land itself was objectively so special and inherently beautiful? There are many theories about it, but one that I want to share with you is that at the time that those leaders went into the land, they were, those 12 men, 10 of whom came back with a negative report, were the leaders of the Jewish people. They held positions of power and positions of honor. And they knew, there was an understanding that when the Jewish people would enter into the land of Israel, there was going to be a changing of the guard. And there was going to be new elections, so to speak. And those leaders, those previous leaders who led the Jewish people so well, so successfully during the 40 years of traveling in the desert, were going to be retired, and a new set of leadership was going to be brought in. And that caused these great men, without them even understanding or without them even knowing, subconsciously, it caused them a negative bias, a confirmation bias, where everything they saw in the land looked terrible. The people that live there are giants. They're going to consume us. They're going to devour us. It's a land that devours its inhabitants, and the cities are fortified, and everything they saw was negative. Why? Because they were starting off with a bias. They didn't want to enter into the land because they knew intuitively and inherently, and they understood that their power, their positions, their leadership role was going to be diminished when they did. Now, these were righteous people. It's pointed out many times that they were righteous people. They weren't power-hungry, evil politicians. They were righteous men. And the point here is that even great people, and certainly all of us, we are great people, but certainly all of us have negative biases. We have confirmation biases. We have things that we want to be true. These spies, what did they want? They wanted the land to look terrible so that they didn't have to enter into the land, so that they could maintain their positions. So what did they do? What happened? It skewed the way they saw the land. The land was objectively beautiful. The land was incredibly gorgeous and had so much to offer, but they only saw the negative, because that was what they were prone to see because of their bias. And that's a powerful lesson for us all to think about. What are the biases that we live with? What are the confirmation bias? What are the predetermined destination, the predetermined outcomes that we have in our lives that motivate us to see things in different ways other than reality and truth? We're all plagued with that. We're human beings. We have a difficulty seeing clearly what reality is because we have these preconceived biases. It's important for us to think in our lives at this time about what those are and where those are holding us back, and how we can let go of those so that we can see clearly the truth and the beauty and the joy and the wonderful things that surround us every single day and every moment of our lives. So wishing you all a wonderful Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom from Jerusalem.